Hi guys, I'm getting ready to go out, but I'm going to do a quick vid. So let's talk energy. Now, energy never lies, and I feel like it's so important that you trust it, you trust the way that you feel and your instincts, because it can literally save your life. And there's so many times where our instincts is telling us something about someone, a group of people, or a certain situation, and we don't listen. And when you don't listen, you're always going to have to face the consequences because you're not listening to yourself or you don't trust yourself. And there's so many reasons why we may not trust ourselves, including self-doubt, just having no confidence, whether it's the way that we feel individually or the way that other people make us feel. Because sometimes who you surround yourself with is very important. And if you're around people that put you down, tear you down constantly, it's going to affect your confidence. So there's just so much different ways. There's so much different things that impact the way that we feel about ourselves, but that's a video for our next day. Today, I just want to focus on energy. Now, I am an individual who has unfortunately experienced a lot of like betrayal and just snaky friends and just weird fanned out people in my life. And I mainly experienced it throughout my teens, and then just throughout my 20s, I've been more isolated. Like since I became a mum, I just thought it's time to just focus now and do things differently. I have made a few mistakes regarding like company, and I'd say probably more so socializing with people, like maybe on social media or on the phone. Not really, I haven't really had anybody around me that I regret. But yeah, just that's that. And as I always say, with experience comes wisdom. So when you go through certain things in life, you will learn from your experiences. God spare life. If God allows you to live through certain situations, you're going to learn from it. However long that takes you, that's down to you. But there's definitely going to be things in life that teach us it. Nearly everything is a lesson. Do you know what I mean? So with that, I just became more isolated to keep myself to myself. And then just throughout time, my discernment has grown. So it's just like if I see somebody in person, chat to them, whatever the weather, I can feel energy. Like I'm very good at this is why I'm very good at like discerning when people are genuine and when they're not. And I'm not perfect at it. I will get things wrong sometimes. I may assume whatever the weather, but it is a strength that I have. So this is why I'm very to myself. And when I go, it's just weird because it's like when I go around groups of people, which I don't usually do, there's always somebody within the group where their energy's off. And it's not something that I do frequently, but I always sense it. And it's just so annoying. And it is usually other females. And I just don't know why I don't know why females are like this. Males can be weird towards each other as well, envious and just snaky towards each other. But the way that females act is very different and it's more frequent. The weird behavior, the jealousy, it's just, I don't know, man. It's just different, innit? So that's just that. But I just feel like, yeah, it's important to trust yourself and the way that you feel. We always see things come out in the open on social media, in the news, wherever, where it's just like these situations, it's like they shock us and we can act delusional, like, oh my gosh, how did that happen? Oh my gosh, I'm so shocked. Did you hear this story? Did you hear that story? Let's think of when the girl went on holiday with her friends and they killed her. Like, this is like everyday stuff. Obviously, it's not good that that happened, but this happens a lot. And when people don't listen to their instincts, that can be kind of like part of the reason, if you get what I mean. God is in charge whether we live or whether we die, yes, but God also says and wants us to be wise and use our common sense and stuff. Do you know what I mean? He don't want us to be walking around like dodos or just living life recklessly. So there's some situations that fortunately most of us have escaped, and unfortunately some people haven't escaped and now they're not here anymore. But yeah, man, energy is so important to trust it, because I've I've gone through the maddest of things, like the maddest, craziest experiences. I'll do storylines later down the line when it's time. But for now, we're just focusing on the journey of elevation, getting better, being better. And I'm just giving you guys some life tools to get through life. Because as much as we all go through the education system, well, most of us, we go through the education system. We're taught this, English, math, science, whatever the weather. They don't teach us things that actually matter. They teach us things that we need, as I said, English, maths, the basics, things that we need that can help us. But they also teach us other things that we don't need, like algebra. And they don't ever teach us about life skills and just the tools of getting through life and coping and what really matters, protecting ourselves, keeping ourselves safe. Even if they do speak about protecting ourselves, it will be very vague and about topics like cyberbullying or protecting ourselves online, blah, blah, blah. They don't really go in depth. So that's my thoughts on that. What was I going to say again? I had another thought, but I lost my train of thought. Yeah, one thing that I've experienced a lot that just confuses me and puts me off with people is, when you have them people where it's like 1 minute they like you, next minute they hate you. And it's like they're just fanned out. So they'll be your biggest fan underneath you, complimenting you, this, that, this, admiring you completely, looking up to you. And then the moment a hate train begins, people start hating on you, or a situation, conflict, whatever the weather, argument, they jump on a bandwagon and they're all of a sudden against you. And I've had that a lot in my life. It's like people in the past, I've had friendships, and my main friends that I've had friendships with, but there's a lot of other people where it's like, you're just fanned out. When it's popular to like me, you're all under my ass. And then the first opportunity you get, you're against me, like a hater. And those people, they're the most dangerous, because they've always been haters from the beginning. Just, like an enemy. I think they call it enemy in disguise or something like that. They are not real friends or real people, because it's like their feelings change with the weather. And it's just like, if you're a solid person, if you're a real individual, a real person, you don't change with time, with seasons, with feelings, with circumstance. You're just you, and the way that you feel is solid, innit? And that's just that. So, of course, there's going to be things where we're going to feel different, situations that happen where we will feel different towards people. But overall, real people are not flip-floppers. Do you know what I mean? So that's just that. But yeah, man, energy is important. And another thing is, when people see you, them same people that don't really like you, but they're so fanned out to be around you, they'll start arranging or saying to you oh yeah, we're going to see each other soon, we're going to do this, we're going to do that. And it's just now that I actually know how to discern the weirdness, yeah, I'm just thinking I just go along with it, because it's you don't have to call out everything that you know or that you discern. You just separate yourself from people and from situations. That's the most important thing. Do you know what I mean? For your peace of mind and to keep you safe. But I just be thinking in my head, you don't even like me. I know you don't like me because of your energy, and you're talking about meeting up and doing this and doing that. Nah, man, save it, save it. But guys, please, you don't want to F around and find out later. Trust me. When you feel something about someone or people, just stay away from them. You don't want to be scared. A lot of people, they're scared to be alone, and they're dependent on friends and having company. And that is a downfall in life. You need to learn how to be alone. Don't be alone forever, but being alone and enjoying your own company and stuff, and just growing through that transformation period and stuff, is a strength. And there's a lot of groups of friends where you may see them and think, oh, they're so happy, they're such good friends. No, they're not. There's a lot of mix up. They're sleeping with each other's man, or they're sleeping with each other's woman. There's a lot of nastiness that goes on in friendship groups, but you will never know that, because they don't want to be alone. So don't worry about outside appearances, impressing people. If something feels off, just separate yourself. But if you like this video, please subscribe, like, and share. Bye.